June is Men's Health Awareness Month, and we're so happy to be wrapping up our 4-part series with our friends over at Halo Diagnostics, talking about the importance of men's health, especially this month. So joining us once again is Bernadette Greenwood. Welcome, Bernadette.
Jackie.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me back.
Of course. And we have joining us this time is the Chief Product Officer, Brian Axe. And welcome, Brian.
Yeah, thank you. Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you here. And I think a lot of our friends want to know just how long Halo Diagnostics has been in business.
Yeah, super. So Halo Diagnostics, the answer to that will give you a little bit more of a flavor for who we are. Technically formed in early this year, but the underlying companies have come together from previous companies that have been around for, in the case of Desert Medical Imaging, decades, and Palms Imaging, which joined as well, decades. And then the software side, there's been sort of a core group that's been working together closely for 4 to 5 years that then have been combined in for this almost flash creation of a, market-leading outpatient center.
Very nice. And I know you have some outstanding physicians that are associated with Halo. So tell me who some of those are.
Super. So I think you've heard about Dr. Feller with a lot of the prostate program, pioneering just better patient outcomes through the prostate program while working with Dr. Gunberg and our urologist on staff, Dr. Hers, who without that team, you really couldn't create the next generation type procedures with the outcomes that we're seeing from those procedures. What's nice about Halo is, as I mentioned, is as we bring on new groups, we bring, the types of folks that are self-selecting into what Halo does with leading advancements are people that are already doing very advanced procedures. So Dr. Norbesh, part of Palms, who Dr. Feller knew back in Stanford days as well, has been very deep in oncology, and he was the first one in all of California to implement abbreviated MRI for breast exams. Those are women who are intermediate risk that would normally just go to mammography, but because of the risk that they have, you can find 2.5 more cancers in some of the published studies around this by taking them to an abbreviated MRI, which is a 10-minute MRI. So these are the types of innovations that you see from the folks that we have on board at Halo.
Yeah, very, very impressive. So where are your locations in our desert cities, and do you have some actually outside of our area?
So I think Bernadette's probably best to answer the exact cities for DMI. Bernadette, why don't you answer this one?
Sure. So we have locations in the Valley, in Indio, and in Palm Springs, but our innovation center is in Indian Wells. This is where the prostate program is centered. It's where all the research is happening. All the coolest, latest, greatest genomics are happening there, circulating tumor cell testing. We also provide CT coronary artery exams. We also do virtual colonoscopy. So there's a lot more to it than just the prostate program itself. So that's essentially our laboratory where all the good ideas are cooked up. So my mantra has been innovate, create, validate, and replicate.
Nice.
And then to fill in a few of the other areas, locations, Dr. Norbesh, who just mentioned, is in Oxnard, has a single facility there, does everything from multimodality PET scans to breast exams. And then we also have a Chico Breast Center that's in the Central Valley, Northern California, Chico area.
Great.
And we hope to have 100 centers across North America in the next 18 to 24 months.
Oh, that's very ambitious and sounds terrific. And you almost answered my next question, because I was going to say, since we've been focusing on men's health and the prostate, do you do other imaging? But obviously you talked about breast care as well.
Sure. Yeah. It's all encompassing. So radiogenomics, pairing companion diagnostics with imaging, women's health, men's health, Alzheimer care. We do it all.
That's
PET
fantastic.
CT.
That's so good to know. And of course, the most important question probably for our viewers, do you take all insurance?
That's a great question, and the answer is yes. So we have a billing and collection and a pre-authorization team that'll work with the patient through the entire process to get the order, to get the pre-certification, to get the authorization, and to schedule. So a lot of what Halo offers in terms of software is not just for diagnostics and research, it's also for workflow. So we're shortening the time between when the physician orders the exam and when the patient can actually get in, get it performed, get the result dictated, and get that report out to the referring doctor.
Wow, it sounds like Halo is definitely on the cutting edge of technology and patient care. And I'm so glad that we've had this 4-part series. I've learned so much personally. Thank you so much, Bernadette. And thank you, Brian, for joining us. It's good to know that men should be aware of their health, but at Halo, I think you do it all. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.